Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Gran, Terra, Shadowfront. I'm John. I'm your game master for the evening. Fuck cops. Black Lives Matter. Trans rights are human rights. Etc. 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 I'm joined today by Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gent Minar, the half-elf spellslinger, who would absolutely wear anything designed by Jumbo Carnation.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Titania Valkorian, a Ladrin Druid princess.
And have a dog.
Yes, I have a dog. You can't, well, I mean, you could see him. Hang on. This is the dog. Oh, hi. Yeah, come on.
A little further to the left.
Make your debut.
Little further over. Little further over. There we go.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Every dog's a lap dog.
Look at that regal hound.
Exactly.
All right. And William.
Hi, I'm William. I'm playing Valdez Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai, who's probably already worn something made by Jumbo Carnation, if we're being honest.
I don't know who Jumbo Carnation is, so I couldn't say.
Person who designed all those outfits.
Designer.
That's your elbow.
That still doesn't tell me anything.
Get off.
As far as I know, a large flower made those outfits.
Nope. Mutant fashion designer. 4 arms. He's amazing.
Maybe he's the spider monkey in the back of that shot. Anyways.
Nope.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I am Jeremy. I am playing Kalaran Ilani, a Drow Echo Knight. I don't know that she would wear Jumbo's designs. Well, no, because he would make something that she would appreciate, so sure.
And Cody.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
And when last we left off, the Steelhearts had found themselves sneaking through a city full of ogre zombies, and they were doing pretty well until the ogre-pedes came. A large fight against a massive amount of undead ensued, and ended with all the enemies dead, as well as all of Titania's summoned undead minions. And as Titania weeps over the
Single tear.
spoiled corpses of her allies, that's where we pick back up. So the sounds of battle have died down here, though you can still hear the sounds of battle off in the distance as the Ivory Legion make their way across the land. Elsewise, though, it is eerily quiet where you are now that all the things have stopped moving. There's just the sound of the water lightly lapping against the beach to the south of you, and with wind blowing through the hollow, abandoned ruins around you.
A lot of undead here.
Yes, there are.
That would be the case on this island, yes.
Indeed, there are.
Ugh. Now that distraction's over with, let's move on quickly now.
I'm going to quick summon Shakar and send them up about 45 feet and try to get a lay of the land of if there's anything else that's
Roll me a D100.
All right.
we try and... I mean, we can travel a lot faster than this. Depending, as long as there's no magical barriers in the way or...
Try it. The danger then becomes if anything arrives that can hurt us while we're like that, it's going to be a matter of running.
So...
Yeah.
Roll me a perception check for your bird, Ithram.
All right. Let me just check the stats real quick. Perceptions +3, and they get advantage. $15.
All right. So your bird doesn't get high enough to get a really good view before it notices something screeching towards it out of the sky.
Oh, then it pocket plane.
You see overhead another one of those bone dragons just past as if it was about to take out the bird, and then it continues flying.
All right. How high did they get?
About 100 feet up.
Oh, I only wanted to send them like 45.
Oh, well, 45 you wouldn't really be able to see much because you're on the beach, which means the ground goes up, and so there's just lots of obstruction.
All right.
Well, I feel like continuing to move, and my vote is for rapid.
Also, no flying.
Well,
We can't get very high.
This would be turning into clouds again. What do you think?
Oh,
I
that
mean, we could probably stay fairly low to the ground and still benefit from the speed, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can move pretty fast. Okay. And there's less of us now, so I can get everyone.
how many can you get?
Up to 10.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can only do this because we don't have the undead followers.
The army, yeah.
But you're Galvin and Osanom, yes?
Yep. All right. I cast Windwalk.
Mm-hmm. Are any of you unwilling?
No.
No.
All right. Kalerna?
Nope, I am good.
Okay.
As Ithram Kombucha girls it.
So yeah, you all, after 10 minutes, I think that's how long it takes to cast it, isn't it?
I think so. I think it's 1 minute, isn't it?
Is it 1 minute or 10 minutes?
10 minutes is
One.
the, or is it 1 minute is what it takes to come down
It's
from it to like forcibly reassemble yourself.
It's
Yeah,
also
casting
1
time
minute for the
Windwalk
casting.
is 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah.
It's 1 minute.
So after a minute, you all feel your solidity loosen as you unravel into clouds,
Oh.
and you begin flying in what directions?
Trying to stick
I mean,
together.
Yeah,
better
towards
hedge your
the-
bets. Let's go in all of them.
Yeah, we had a direction that we were aiming to go in, so we were
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
sort of northwest,
You head northwest.
trying to circle around.
How high are you flying?
Not above the treetops.
There aren't any
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was
Not
gonna
very
say,
high off the ground.
I'd say keeping it to probably 30 feet
Okay.
At
max, probably.
Okay, so low flying clouds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You putter across.
Doing the Ghost Rider thing of like how shadow spirits just kind of swoop through the air with
Everyone-
yellow to the ground.
Just for shits and giggles, everyone give you perception checks as you begin to fly away.
I can see all the shits and giggles.
24.
22.
16. That's a crap roll.
Hold on a sec.
My owl has a better perception score than me.
Eight.
So
Kalerna would be great at golf.
yeah. So Valdeth, you spot, as you begin to fly, you spot something. So you begin to fly through these ruins that are surrounding you. And as you pass through one of the ruins, Valdeth, something catches your eye as your cloud vision as you go. There is what is very clearly like a desiccated corpse in one corner, wearing very fancy, weirdly untouched by decay gloves. And holding a similarly weirdly untouched by decay crossbow in its hand.
Cool, not pausing. Fuck that. Keep going.
Cool. You continue on.
We have
Valdeth
to
makes a mental note and keeps going.
Yeah, like I keep track of where that was at, and I keep going.
We'll see if you remember it. Make an intelligence save.
Ugh.
Cool. That'll come up later.
It's somewhere northwest of the beach.
So you head off. As you fly across the island, you very rapidly get a vision of this desiccated land. It was once filled with forests and streams and villages and towns and people. Is now primarily populated by burnt out groves, dead land, blasted wasteland, rocky ground, ruined buildings and towns, and the undead. As you pass over, through, and by a veritable horde of various undead creatures, some of whom take notice of the weird cloud and try to give chase, but you're simply far too fast, others of which ignore your passing entirely. And you sort of get an idea of the scope of this, and it reminds you all, those of you that were there at least, all of you except for Galerna, it reminds you of the other side of the light wall south of Terra. Only instead of everything being this sort of white, sandy nothing, everything is just blasted death and decay. It's not quite the same thing, but the aesthetics remind you of it as you go. After a few hours, because you're moving very fast, you find yourselves on the northwestern side of the island. There is sort of a large land bridge that connects the island with this raised, almost pillar. You imagine at one point it might have been a mountain or a high plateau, but long ago, whatever land was around it fell into the sea, and now it stands as a solitary column in the ocean, rising up, meeting with this larger landmass via this land bridge, and surmounted by a large, fairly impressive-looking citadel made of bone.
Gent opens his mouth to give a detailed geological lecture on the nature of sea stacks, but can't talk right now, and so decides not to.
Also making a mental note later.
I'll give people trivia once we're solid.
Speaking of, I'm looking for some place good to land, and we were talking about, because we're gonna get, we're here a lot earlier than the Azure Legion. Not the Azure Legion. Ivory Legion. That's it. Other color, wrong color.
One of those legions.
There are many legions in Gran Terra.
Like stop and
Are any of them not monochrome?
Tusk Reach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunder God. Anyway, we were talking about like Ithram doing the Magnificent Mansion or something like that, right?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, looking for something.
Or a survival check. Perception or survival, anyone that wants to.
Either one's good. I'll do survival though. It feels like a druid thing.
I only roll very high or very low. There is no in between.
19.
10.
We have
18
10.
perception for Gent.
Rolling
God, I
at
love
2.
these goggles.
10, an 18, a 17, a 19. Are we getting a roll from Clara?
Yes, give me just one second.
Just wanted
Sorry.
to check. I just wanted to check before I moved on.
Survival or perception?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I am better at perception. So
I like how Mara said that neither one of those are good
18.
and has a +10 in her survival.
No, they're both. I said they're equally good.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I. Sorry, I didn't enunciate. They're equally good.
All right, so everyone except for Valdath realizes that along the edge of the island mass where the land bridge starts and begins to go up, underneath the bridge is fairly well sheltered from just about everything except for the water. And those of you that roll survival figure that there's probably some sort of cave entrance under there, just based on how the land looks when you're looking at it.
Waft down that way.
When the rest of them start breaking off in that direction, I will do the same.
Yeah. And as you come around and down, you do notice that the underside of the land bridge looks almost like there was a series of stone pillars holding it up at one point in time, and they've all been carved away into a spiky tooth-like protrusions instead of columns or pillars. And at the very end of this bridge, as it connects to the ground at a lower level from the raised plateau, there is indeed an opening surrounded by stalagmites and stalactites that makes it look almost like an open maw waiting to receive you as you float down.
that is disconcerting.
Okay. I'm gonna double check and make sure that it's not an actual open maw, because I've seen movies. I don't want to get squashed.
Tanya says, "I've seen Star Wars." Nature check.
Nature check. 22.
It does seem to be a natural cave, just a
Okay.
weirdly prescient one.
All right, that's creepy. I'll go in, and once everyone is in, I'll solidify us.
You all sort of get the sense of, can you solidify everyone, or can you just solidify yourself? Or I guess you can drop it. Oh, it's not concentration, is it?
No, it's not a concentration spell.
So-
It is that's a good question.
So I think they can, you can all tell that
think so.
Titania is solidifying herself, though. So
Yep.
Just see one cloud start swirling,
yeah, basically does the
buffering,
it's
buffering
doing
as she loads.
it's doing the World of Warcraft teleportation pose where you hold your hands up and do and shake for 3 minutes, but it's the cloud doing it. So as it becomes more and more solid.
Oh yeah, everyone does it individually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really does feel like 3 minutes.
Yeah. Eventually, you are all returned to solidity. Gent can espouse his subject.
Gent reads the room and decides we can wait until something else happens.
Wait for it to naturally come up in conversation.
Right.
It'll never come up in conversation.
I know, but Gent is hopeful.
Lives in hope.
It's 30 minutes later, Gent's like, so speaking of C-stacks.
So this seems like a good spot to rest.
Now, is this an actual cave? Does it lead further up and into this
Yes,
stack?
it does lead. No, this is not on the stack side. This is on the
Okay,
the
this
island
is on the
side.
mainland side?
Yeah, it's on the island side.
mainland. On the island side, yep.
Yeah, and yes, it does lead further in.
See what?
Gent's going to look around and see if it looks like anything else lives here.
It was a survival check.
I'm gonna while he's doing that, gonna take 10 minutes to ritually cast detect magic
Well,
to make sure that we didn't wander into a warded area.
Gent, there is no sign of life in this cave. Everyone else, you can see a skeleton hanging from the ceiling, like sort of like a warning to pirates kind of skeleton, like it's in a cage, just sort of like. Gent's right underneath it though, and hasn't noticed.
Gen's like, where did everybody go? Where are all my teammates go?
This seems fairly secure.
Hello, Gent.
Yes.
Love you.
Point up.
Oh shit.
It's just a skeleton in a cage hanging.
It's not unknown.
Finally, company.
Where is she?
It's about time the Uber got here.
You all become scuzz.
But yeah, gonna take 10 minutes to ritually cast Detect Magic and see if there's any words or anything down here that we need to be aware of.
You cast Detect Magic. There is a distinct, like, sort of magical pall over the entirety of the island that you sort of sense through your Detect Magic, necromantic in nature.
Yeah, I was gonna guess necromancy.
But nothing specific in the area aside from that.
Okay. And since just walking along the walls, making sure that I get everything within the 30-foot radius, just want to make sure there's no alarms, wards.
There's nothing that you're seeing in this
Oh,
area.
all right. This is, for all intents and purposes, a dead magic area. So there's no alarms or anything here. Skeleton's not animated and just not moving, right?
No.
Okay. Including that.
Okay.
Don't suppose any of you can talk with this fellow.
This is not something that I am having as an ability, no.
Nope.
No.
I can animate them much like Titania, but not speak.
I mean, if I look up at, does it look like it's undead? Or has it been undeaded before? Or is it...
It's just a pile of bones. You have no way of telling.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the abilities I could have picked for Whispers of the Kami, but I went for Detect Evil and Good and Augury rather than Speak with Dead.
Okay, either way. Valdeth, what's the plan? Do we wait for Dad to get here, or
I think it's ideal that we try and prepare ourselves, get some rest. Ithram, you mentioned you might have a safe place for us to rest.
Yes, I have a place for us to rest. We should inform them where we are, should they make it here before we exit.
Link Pearl?
So yeah, let them know our location underneath this land bridge connecting to the sea stack. That's the.
Speaking of sea stacks.
Well played, William.
Nicely done. No,
So
Gent will do a sending through the link pearl to Adam.
You get static,
We've made. Oh, ooh, interesting.
which is not a thing you've ever heard from a link pearl before.
Right. Oh dear.
Interference.
Is there a problem?
And you, is it something on the island? Try one of us.
Pearl isn't. Yeah, Gent will try and do sending to Titania.
Works fine.
Okay.
All right. They must be in some sort of.
Perhaps the effect that he has on magical items and the such may not.
Can I send to anyone off the island? Like if I try and reach out to
static.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's the island. We can't reach very far.
All right. Interesting.
To be fair,
communication is restricted to short range.
If you use the pearl with somebody who's standing right next to you, do you hear that? Do you know whether you're hearing them through the pearl or through your ears?
You're not hearing static, and the pearl vibrates. So.
Okay, fair enough. I just wanted to make sure.
It's kind of like talking to somebody on the phone when they're in the room with you. You can still tell you're hearing them through the phone. It's just you can also hear them.
A little bit of delay.
Well,
So
We just have to try periodically and see if they ever get in range, I suppose.
We all know which way we were going. We're supposed to meet up kind of around here, so.
Hmm.
We could try and leave something up
And
above.
what is Ithram casting again?
Magnificent Mansion.
Okay.
He's gonna be doing that. Just real quick, I'm going through familiars and finding out which one's the fastest. Which it looks like it's the owl.
All the birds fly at pretty much the same speed, I believe.
Yeah. Except for the raven. It's 10 feet slower than everything else.
That's because ravens don't give a fuck.
I was gonna say they just take their fucking
They cruise.
time. Right.
Like, I'm not hurrying. Who the fuck are you? Your master? Don't give me that shit.
As the crow flies, not as the owl or hawk flies. Okay, I go where I want.
I'm
When I
smarter than
want.
you.
Then I would say we could send Shikara with a note, but
Would it be easier to
fly low.
Well, they'll be approaching probably over the land bridge, I'd say. Can we set up something that will just let us know when they get there? You've got that alarm thing, right?
I do. I'd have to sneak out there to set it, though.
I wonder if an alarm works across dimensions.
No. I don't think
No.
so.
Probably not.
I would have to keep the door open.
You'd have to be outside.
Yeah, that too.
I can leave a sign outside if they've got anyone who
A
knows.
mental alarm alerts you with a ping in your mind if you are within 1 mile of the warded area. That does not imply it works across dimensional lines.
Yeah, probably
Finally,
not.
a use for magic mouth.
I mean, it doesn't
Hey!
so.
I would say that with such a limited range implies dimension hopping is a little out of its reach.
Okay, fair. I'm just saying that dimension hopping doesn't have physical distance to it.
No, it explicitly undermines all the laws of physical distance.
All right,
could
but what about
be-
the
you could
ethereal
be-
plane?
You could be literally standing on top of the person you're talking to just in another plane.
And also it's a first level spell.
Fair.
Not if I.
In terms of border ethereal, it's like a theoretically a dimensional boundary is a theoretically infinite distance.
Yeah.
I'm afraid, Ithram, if you try and send a message with your familiar again, they're not going to. All your
Yep.
familiars haven't really gotten very far on here.
The Galvin looks at you with like this offended look on its face.
Well,
To be fair,
I thought you were gonna-
Galvin's not a familiar.
yeah.
I
it's not-
honestly thought you were gonna say looks at Ither with a please no look, like a terrified, pleading expression.
I can leave a
You
skeleton possibly as well if we want to use something that's a little less
I
conspicuous.
feel like that one might just get killed as they approach if they don't bother stopping to try and talk to the skeleton, considering everything else on this island.
Or commandeered.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
then it can let them know,
commandeer.
hey, your friends are down there.
Your
Can it-
skeletons?
talk?
No, they can't.
You do sign language.
holding a cardboard sign that says "Friends this way."
Yeah.
Why do you think Yorick has a sign that says Ivory Legion and doesn't say anything?
You're a war wizard, so I'm assuming the answer is no. But do you have magic mouth?
No,
I didn't
no,
think so.
no. That,
This
I
is
just
exactly
know
the
that that's
purpose of magic mouth,
exactly
yes.
that. Yeah, if you're, yep.
You could always just, occasionally step outside and yell, "Hey!"
Anyone
But it
there?
seems like a
Ryhor's
poor
like, yeah, I'm
idea.
here.
Yeah, right.
Oh, hi. Power word kill.
I am so excited for our first power word kill.
I mean, or I could leave a druid sign outside. We've got options. I don't know.
Any of them read druidic?
I don't know.
I mean, you don't really read druidic. You understand it. It's not a writing system.
None of them
Yeah.
seemed to be a druid, as far as you could tell.
No. But maybe they would stop, and I don't know.
Look at
Better
this
figure it
weird,
out.
unreadable, this weird, indecipherable message.
Why is this
I don't know,
bush
maybe-
dancing at us?
Yeah.
It's like a rose.
Oh, I pull out
With no
the
thorns.
the pot that I had.
Oh yeah.
I've been growing the poison ivy.
Yes.
How's it
the Pot of
doing?
Awakening. Sorry.
I'm honestly just imagining now, like a hedgehog walking up to the group and starting an interpretive dance. Druidic.
It has not yet had 30 days to grow. It's doing okay.
Shoot. Okay.
It's gonna awaken and be like, everything itches.
Why
Darn.
did you create me? My life is agony.
Oh,
Life is pain.
Awakened poison ivy doesn't become an awakened plant; it just becomes a needle blight.
Awakened poison ivy, the gothiest of all awakened plants.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
I don't know. I think Nightshade might have it in its running.
Nightshade is the more dramatic goth. Poison ivy is the more like early mid 80s listens to Joy Division goth.
So, Ithram, you casting a spell?
yes. He pulls out a tiny portal made of marble, sets it on the ground, and puts a tiny silver spoon about the same size as the portal,
Well, that's
near
cute.
it. And what else? And a polished bit of marble in the shape of like a basic flame insignia, and begins casting Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion.
So it's an insignia of a flame, but like with a pumpkin spice latte and a scarf and a pair of Uggs.
No, the pumpkin spice. That one was a little too spendy.
The spell gives off the
Didn't
smell of
didn't
pumpkin spice.
require that. That's like the premium version of the spell components, and he's like, no, function.
So what does it look like when you cast?
At the end of it, instead of a door appearing, there's just a crackle of electricity kind of shoots up about 6.5 feet and solidifies into a line, and then he pulls it across much like a tent. And inside is the first area is a lot like the tent back in the Duskreach Legion for his father's, for the main war tent is set up right there, and then several rooms branch out along each side. The doors are already opened, and it's basically very large interconnected layout of Duskreach Legion aesthetic tents. There's a lab much like what we have back at the house for Ithram and Ghent. There's a small smithy area for repairs and such, if anybody knows how to, or basic maintenance. And yeah, pretty much.
And what do your servants look like?
just formless wind. There's yeah.
They're like sort of like form like air elementals basically, or invisible servants basically. It's just like a whole household of them. You all get a sense that there are about 100 people around you at any given time, but they never actually see them. As you step into this,
very disconcerting.
as you step into this this massive
Make a
tent.
request and it will be fulfilled.
Wow.
If it's within the scope of the spell. Anything inside cannot be taken out, but
Wine, please.
There is a rustling. There's sound. It's almost like the sound of rustling, like tent flaps, and a bottle is just hovering in front of you.
That's dangerous.
should I tell them to institute a limit, Titania?
No. No, that's okay. Can they do mushrooms?
That
yes.
There is a plate of sautéed mushrooms presented to you.
Excellent. Pop one in my mouth and start eating.
I'm gonna make an insight check. Is that the kind of mushrooms that she was hoping for?
Definitely not. I don't even need to insight check.
Make an insight check.
I as a player don't either.
Make an insight check. Yes.
That's exactly
No
what
idea.
she's asking for.
Exactly what you wanted.
The spell works perfectly.
That guy's getting a raise.
Listen, Kalerna has spent enough time around Titania to understand what mushrooms that she was going for.
Okay, so rest up. Someone, can we just like pop right back out? Is it gonna lock us out? Do we?
We can enter and exit as we please for the next 24 hours.
None of you are, as much as you guys have just basically just come from a fight, none of you are feeling really tired yet.
Nope.
Yeah.
It'll be about another 12 hours before you're really at that point where you can take another long rest.
So plans
We
for
should
when
keep
we
Gent
are
does
rotating
4
watch
chugs and then
outside.
passes the.
Gent?
Gent does 4 chugs and then passes the bottle to Valdeth.
She takes it. We should keep a rotating watch outside. Someone constantly trying their link pearl to see if they can get in contact with the Ivory Legion, and give it every couple of hours. Come back in, switch out.
Yes, I will. Kalerna quickly heads out.
Let me know in a couple of hours. I'll come out.
Hmm.
Do we really want one person out there by themselves without really much ability to. Like, if something happens.
Jeremy, roll me a D100.
I mean,
Okay.
you can send a second person out as well, but
Why do you even have me roll dice? You know how this is gonna go. The problem is, it's probably high is probably bad.
An 8 got me a dragon.
You okay, Jeremy?
Well, those at home I rolled a 99.
All right.
It's really impressive.
Rhyhor is outside and he goes, "What the fuck is this on my porch?"
Excellent, my fight begins.
Oh no.
Go back. Valdeth goes outside after Kalerna. It's only been 3 seconds, and there's just a pile of bones outside.
I think there's a point there,
Well,
though.
shit.
yeah, I mean, you can send a second person out as well. But we're trying. We do want to try and be as minimal in our presence as possible, so don't make too much noise if you're going out in a pair, basically.
All right. And Gent goes out
Well,
after
before-
Kalerna.
Before everybody Gent bring Kalerna back in.
All right. Gent pulls the flap back. Kalerna, family meeting.
Yes, of course. Steps back in.
spends a minute to swap back Agonizer, immovable object, to Nistel's magic aura. While you're out there, this should at least deter any scrying for living creatures, and I will cast Nistel's magic aura on Kalerna and Gent, one at a time, to make them register as undead.
Are you changing
Ooh.
Or are you changing Gent's permanent aura?
Actually, no, I'll just change it on Kalerna because he still comes up as a plant.
Yeah, but that
Well,
is still
that is-
suspicious
yeah.
here.
Yeah,
That
that
is
is. So yeah,
suspicious
undead all around.
And reset
And
the
the next
counter on making it permanent.
With respect, Lord.
I mean, does it reset the counter because it's just casting the spell on them every day, which will make it permanent? I feel like the final casting is what you get set at permanently.
Let me look at it. Jeremy, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
With respect, Lord Gent, I appreciate it, but I am two people by myself.
This is a different effect, so it would reset the counter.
Yep.
Yeah, but like if you, then your echo doesn't really keep going, does it?
No, absolutely not. But if it heats that sort of a situation, I can send some. I can send my echo in to warn you as I die.
Or retreat.
So you
before
are
it gets
or
to the
retreat.
point
Yes,
I was gonna say
or
that.
retreat that as well.
where they cannot reach you.
Yes,
yeah,
of
you
course.
retreat and leave your echo.
This was no. That's very valid. I'm thinking more in the case of very unlikely, I'm sure, but an ambush that you don't see coming, or something of that nature.
You know, rather
He
than
looks conflicted for a moment and says, "If there is an ambush, you will definitely die first."
rather than resetting all the progress that we've made on Gent and his plant disguise, we could just not have Gent go out, and I can go out with Kalerna instead.
Yes, but I've got the eye visor that lets me see invisible things creeping up on us.
And
Does that mean you're going to be out there the entire time? Because there's
mean,
going to be
most
periods when
days.
you're not out there.
he's still hidden from the eyes that would try to pry on him. It's just this particular effect. I don't assume we're going to be using an undead effect on him for very long. Unless we stay here for quite some time,
You find
it's going to be
are you
reset
fine
again
resetting
anyways.
Are you fine resetting the counter on his disguise and just continuing to do that?
Yes.
I mean, not that I don't appreciate the plant sort of thing, but showing up as undead is a little more badass.
I will also note, just for everyone, that it's like, at best, it's going to take the Ivory Legion a full day to get here.
Right.
Mhm.
Like, from now. Because you skipped a whole bunch real quick.
we we speed ran.
I mean, yes, with the amount of time that we've cleared, we could just wait here and not keep watch out until about a day has passed, and then start keeping watches.
All right.
As
I pop
a,
out Shakar and
as-
I cast Nistel's magic aura on him as well for undead, and I'll send him out to go just hide on a tree.
There's no trees.
roll me a
We
D100.
just established this.
They're
Dead
dead
trees.
trees,
Roll-
but
roll-
they're
Tree,
still
tree
there.
skeleton.
Roll me a D100.
All right.
Yeah, question. If there's a dead tree, do you need to cast Speak with Plants or Speak with Dead or both?
Both.
Okay.
Speak with plants in order for you to understand the plant, and then speak with dead to bring it back to life in order to talk to it.
Okay.
5. Rhyhor, leave my owl alone.
Or you just need to be someone like a Furbolg who can communicate with plants and then cast Speak with Dead.
You get a sense of panic through your bond, Ithram.
God damn it. Summon him. Back to the pocket.
He's safe.
Okay.
We're just gonna keep trying this, apparently.
I was going to say, this
Well-
island has it in for familiars specifically.
Yeah.
I'm assuming anything that moves. I was just hoping that the undead aura would help with that.
The undead
Apparently.
don't sense auras; they see moving.
Yes.
Yeah. Just
So-
waiting here
All right.
for a while.
Well,
So I've locked you all in a
Marking
small
time then, I
room for
suppose.
12 hours. Go.
So, plans for when we're inside. How do we want to? I have spells that could help those that cast spells against any altering or mind altering or those that would affect our facilities or our ability to cast spells.
Mhm.
Or
Do
I
you
have
feel-
I also have a spell that will allow me to be better prepared to counteract Rhyhors specifically. But it may not be much benefit to the rest of you as well. Or I can set up an area where no spells of a certain power will be able to penetrate it.
are we talking blocking out specifically very powerful spells, or more blocking out less powerful spells and forcing him to
Forcing him to
rely on
use
his
the big
strongest
ones,
I mean,
which I could then theoretically counter if he's within range.
I've got the capacity to disrupt probably 5 or so. It will be dependent somewhat on my aim and precision. It's not necessarily a definitely going to work kind of thing, but
Is this based off of this? Is the aim based off of your the magic you imbue, or off the deftness of your hand?
both. Basically, Gent has 5 spell levels.
Mhm.
Three third level and 2 fourth level ones that he can use to inscribe counterspell specifically, but the counterspell doesn't take effect if I miss my shot, kind of thing. So
Okay, 1 second. Let me see. Oh, it's a dexterity check. Attack rolls don't count. Otherwise, enhance ability would be very.
I mean,
Very
enhance ability
powerful.
would help on his. If you do it for intelligence, it would help on
For counterspell.
whatever the roll for the counterspell itself is. But yeah,
Yeah, so I could. That was the plan for myself. But if I could get you in that as well, we would
Absolutely.
both be more likely.
to be successful at least.
Yes.
And John, how do you run? Do you have any mechanic in place that you usually use for if Gent is trying to identify the spell that is being cast before deciding whether or not to use counterspell on it?
It's an Arcana check with a DC of 10 plus the level of the spell.
Okay, gotcha.
If you want to identify it and don't just want to fire blindly.
Right.
I'm gonna try and heal. I can do a lot of light. Clarina, does moonlight hurt your eyes too or not?
Kalana doesn't answer.
Oh, you're off.
No, she's
You're
standing there.
outside.
She's standing there.
Oh, okay.
She's just sort of staring vaguely in the distance, like in the middle distance.
Clarina?
Not really focusing on anything.
Hi. Did you eat a weird mushroom? Nope.
Mushrooms here taste great.
They're always exactly the kind you wanted.
I'm gonna waft them under her nose. She doesn't react at all.
Nope.
If you're, once you look closely, I don't think it looks quite the same as her. That's my understanding of how.
Yeah, once you
Okay.
as you approach, you realize this is Kalerna's echo.
Oh, shoot! She's outside.
Oh, lovely. Gent goes and looks again.
Yep.
There's Kalerna.
She's standing guard outside.
Again, do you have your goggles down or no?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh yeah, no. He's had his goggles down
So as you
pretty much since we got on.
as you stick your head outside, you see there is this sort of weird glowing like white orb hovering like 3 feet away from Kalerna, just slightly above her.
Brief sidebar inside for a
Yes.
moment.
Very well.
Thank you.
He steps inside. I just felt like
You-
somebody needed.
I was gonna say, Gent's gonna try and shut the door before the orb gets through.
You watch it you watch it follow Kalerna, and as soon as Kalerna
Mhm.
passes through the door, it stops.
Okay. Mhm.
Oh, you're back.
So, bit of a discussion. Kalerna, while you were outside, there was a glowy orb thing following you that I assume you could not see, so I'm presuming it was invisible.
If I could have seen it, I definitely would have questioned it and or destroyed it. So yes.
With a 23 Arcana, do I know what that was?
You're pretty certain that was a sensor for like a scrying spell.
I think someone was spying on you through it. You/us.
Me?
Yes. I mean, you were the only one out there at the time, and as soon as you crossed
That
the-
is fair. Probably us as a whole, and yes, that is fair.
Yes. So, I don't know how to determine whether or not that was friendly, but someone is definitely aware of our presence here.
I guess not friendly. This whole island's not friendly.
I mean, unless the Ivory Legion had a breather and Adam was like, hey, check on the other people.
Maybe.
It's only Kalerna left. The rest died, apparently. But she made it all the way there. Holy fuck.
Damn, this one's badass.
Very quickly too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have to be if we are having problems with communication and the like across this island. I think it would be fair to assume that our leech has anti-scrying measures in place. So it would have to be somebody very powerful.
Yes. So,
Well, the wizard was.
That was the one I was thinking of.
Yes.
The less than benevolent man.
Oh, him.
Runervon. There's a couple of wizards you know. Could be Runervon, could be Galadir, could be...
That's the one she's talking
Okay.
about.
Yeah.
The one she hates.
Could be Alton Sarnai, even though you've never met him and he has no reason to scry on you.
could be Raelnar.
Could be... Realm doesn't scry.
Elmer hasn't met Claire, I don't think.
No, he has.
Has she? He
Yeah.
has?
Alton,
Okay.
Alton Sarnai is a goddamn dragon. Why the fuck would he be looking in on us?
There's no reason
But-
to.
Bored.
we bought shit from Quickscale.
Yes, quick scale. I wonder how
Alright.
I wonder how quick scale's doing.
Jeremy, roll a D100.
We have sold many stocks today.
Stone.
What am I doing on Sterile?
Where is this place? Why am I here?
Yeah, I think I'm guessing that staying undercover might be the more tactical decision. at this point, since
You
We
didn't
can-
go outside of the cave, did you, Kalerna?
No, I stayed inside the cave, clearly.
Okay. So far
Well-
as they know, whoever it was, you were just in a cave somewhere.
Well, were you looking at her before? Did she have it following before, or does it? I don't know. I feel like I'm getting paranoid.
first
But-
time I saw it, and paranoid it's not paranoid if it's actually happening.
It's not paranoia if you know they're watching you.
Also, just as a general sense, when one is on a Lich's island, paranoia is probably a safe feeling to have.
Yeah.
Lack of paranoia in this case is naivete of the deadliest kind.
Okay, so someone keeping an eye on us, and maybe we wouldn't hear anything if it came up.
I
to
would
the
put high
fore
odds on it
knocked.
being potentially Rhyhor.
I would actually assume that it wouldn't be a Rhyhor here. They have no reason to believe that we're coming.
Except for the weird magical cloud that blew across the island very quickly that all of its
Except
forces
for,
saw.
Except for
And-
our travel across the island, the individual monsters that escaped our fight on the beach
That did
and
Yeah.
not
likely went
survive.
to alert someone.
At least one of them got through.
At least one.
Yeah.
But
And the fact that someone as powerful as a lich might be able to sense the warmth of life within their domain.
Would, but honestly, would if he was able to sense that kind of thing, do you think that he would just? Do you think that he wouldn't have been spying on us already and would not be on
Yes.
his way here to destroy?
No, see, that's the problem. I think the scrying was step 1, and step 2 is coming here to kill us.
Right. I'm saying if he was able to sense us before, he would have scryed on us already, not
Scrying,
after we've been here for a while.
from my understanding, scrying isn't a permanent, constant eye. I'm pretty certain it has to be sort of checked up periodically because your target can move.
it
Yep.
does, but it also requires a bit of familiarity, and even based off a general description, it would be difficult for
Maybe, but at the same time, this is his island. He might not have to. He might just be able to find the living on his island.
that is fair.
We do kind of stand out when everything else is undead.
So we assume.
Well, she wouldn't. Right now, for
He's
all intents and
undead.
purposes, any divination magic would ping her as undead.
I'm doing my best not to comment on how wrong that seems, but
It's just a mask.
I understand. That is why I am okay with you.
Well, tactically, do we stay here and stay undercover entirely and rest as long as
will-
we can?
This is
For Gent, just for
Mhm.
clarification, the scrying spell is not the only thing that puts sensors out.
Okay.
It's just the one that you thought of.
Right.
Sensors, there's no way to tell if a sensor is from the scrying spell or from any other spell that creates a
Right.
sensor.
Mhm. It's just that looks like a divination sensor of some sort.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So do we stay here and rest undercover, or do we risk being spied upon in order to possibly see an assault coming?
We don't quite know what is coming, and we do need to rest for when the rest of us get here.
Mhm.
Right?
I could
Indeed.
change Shikar's form and have them hide in the cave. Because did I feel the sense of panic when was I outside of the
I don't remember. Let me look at the Find Familiar spell and we'll determine that.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I had to be outside.
Yeah, you would have had to have been outside.
All right. I could change them into a spider and have them hide within the skeleton above. And then every hour or so, just
Stick your head out the door.
stick my head out, see if there's been any updates.
All right.
Because technically, Shikara also counts as undead for the next day. So, an undead spider, probably hard to spot.
Probably our safest option, Valdeth.
Maybe.
I just don't think there's much we can do outside that's not really dangerous. Possibly getting more attention, or attention that we don't really have because we don't quite know what the sensor is. It might be friendly.
Which
So-
is, yes. Why would have them stay inside the cave?
Yes. All right. Well, if we don't have anything else happening today, I'm going to go to this workshop and get something productive done.
I'll head that way as well because that's where the brazier is and where I'll need to cast Find Familiar.
Right. So you go and cast Find Familiar.
Yep,
Changing
ritually change them into a
spider.
Yep.
You send them
And
out.
then yep. I'll actually stick my hand out and then pop them out of the pocket dimension already in the cage. Why not? Inside the rib cage of the skeleton.
There is
Hell
now a
yeah.
spider hanging out inside the skeleton.
And then it crawls up and hides in like the under in
skull.
the closed mouth.
The mouth is open. The mouth is hanging open.
Then
So it's like
hiding in the roof of the mouth, just looking out through the nostril holes.
it's just a spider. There's just a spider in the skull. Yeah.
Yep.
That's creepy. Okay.
That's the creepy thing on the Lich's Island. we fought ogre peds, spider in a skull. That's creepy, dude.
I mean, yeah.
Medically accurate ogre peas.
Yes.
The most medically accurate ogre peds in Hollywood.
Also known as the most disturbing.
All right. So you've got 12 hours before you can take a long rest. What's everyone doing? Gant's working in
Gant's
the workshop.
working on his auto target. Yeah,
Alright.
for the grapple gun.
Go ahead and give me a Tinker's Tools with your intelligence. Ithram, you doing anything specific?
Let me check.
17.
'Cause I think
You make another day's worth of progress.
I've had one scroll that I bought a while ago that I'm going to finish scribing. Only takes me an hour, I think. 50 gold. But now I have magic missile.
Congratulations.
We're going to defeat this lich entirely using magic missile.
We
I really hope
just have
not.
to get through about 18, 19 shield castings.
Right. Got to burn down those spell slots somehow, man.
Valdeth?
Or I was distracted. What was the question?
What you doing for the next 12 hours?
Anyone's equipment need to be fixed? Anything damaged?
My equipment is currently quite fine, thank you.
I threw out all the stuff that was ripped. So it's fine. I'm good.
Yes, I will practice then.
All right.
Velda, do you have any weapons that you are not currently one-handed weapons that you are not currently using or attuned to?
I have a longsword. Just a regular longsword.
It's the katana you were given.
Okay.
Would you like a long sword, Ithram?
No, not for now. What about two-handed weapon? No, I have a great axe for that.
You do. Do you still have the gunblade great axe?
No, that was Carolina had that.
Right. It went away.
It did.
All right. Kalerna, what you doing for 12 hours?
Clarence just finds a place in here somewhere to sort of chill by herself.
Okay. Finding a dark corner.
Yep.
Titania, what are you doing for 12 hours?
Oh no, I'm bored. It's a really long time.
Oh no!
That's
It's
why
a
do you think I
really
saved
long
Mara for
time.
last?
Yeah. There's no outside here.
It's just an
Yeah.
endless inside of tents.
Yep. I walked through it several times through the entire thing.
What is Titania's like go-to room back at the house? Because that would have been added into the mansion.
That would have been
It's
added in.
something similar
Hot
to
tub?
that. Yeah, hot tub.
I like to think that the tent isn't outside the exit door. The tent is like just a large hexagonal layout, and with like extra tents that connect into other tents between other tents, so it feels like an infinite tent, but it isn't actually an infinite tent. And Titania's just Scooby-Dooing her way through it.
Yeah, it looks. It looks like a skill tree, basically, if you look at it from the top down.
And it's just like Gent working in the foreground. Titania enters in, comes into the room straight on, turns left, then comes back in from the right-hand side, turns right, goes back out.
Right.
Mhm.
Perfect.
And eventually I will just start asking the servants for random, increasingly elaborate things.
They bring you literal interpretations of whatever you ask for.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. So eventually on one of those rounds she comes through wearing a giant tiara, carrying a large golem made out of cake, because she got bored and was thinking about what this would be much more interesting if Scuzz's magic oven thing was here. That'd be kind of fun.
Asked for a food golem. Got a cake in the shape of a golem.
Yep. Hey, Calerna.
You gotta find Kalerna. Kalerna went
Hi,
out
Calerna.
somewhere.
Find you in a corner somewhere.
I assume there's a room somewhere. She didn't just walk into a corner and stick her nose.
Yeah, there's also bedrooms if anybody just wants to take a nap.
She's
for a
like in a
short rest
she's
or
like
anything.
in a room somewhere.
with a tent flap closed and locked.
There's
You
a
can't
brief
lock it.
pause.
Yep.
And
You can.
yes.
Hi, just seeing if you're bored, want to do something.
I am I am quite good, thank you very much. I am simply centering myself for the battle still yet to come.
I like thank you very much.
How's that going?
It was going very well.
Ah, I heard that. Okay.
Do you need something urgent?
No. Hey, can I have like 50 swords?
I do not have 50 swords.
You hear the sound
I
of
was-
metal clanging outside your
Yeah,
room.
yeah. Excellent.
Oh, fucking hell. Is everything okay out there?
Oh yeah, I just have a bunch of sharp objects.
Why do you have a bunch of sharp objects, Lady Titania?
Because I asked for them.
Why do you want them?
I'm really bored. Help.
What are you going to do with these sharp objects?
I don't know. It's been 3 hours and 52 seconds. I remain conscious when I sleep.
Right.
Just sort of trance, so I don't. I tried that. I napped for like an hour and nothing passed faster. So. And
Have
they
you
they
considered-
can't do magic mushrooms here.
I do not want to be out of I do
Line.
not want to be out of line. Yes, that is a very good way.
You're welcome.
No,
But-
she was asking line.
Have you considered passing the time with one of your partners?
They're busy doing
Aldeth
stuff.
is training. That's not busy.
I know. I could, but I don't want to like be a bother. I don't. Okay. I'll go. Bye. There's more clattering sounds.
Wait. Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
As the rattling of sabers echoes through the hall, that's where we're going to take our break. If you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned for these commercial messages, and also remember our break is your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, grab a drink, grab food, whatever you need. We'll be back in just a few minutes. we're back. As Mara is being stared at by a dog off screen.
Now he's not anymore. Now he's over here.
He feels betrayed. So, Mara, roll me a D100.
Okay.
Exact number of hit points and damage you do.
73.
So, several sliced curtains and 12 hours later, Titania passes out amidst a pile of broken swords.
That was fun.
Ithram, you had one thing you wanted to do before you guys engaged a long rest.
Yes. Going to set up on one of the tables in the arcane workshop. The legend lore, and on this table it actually has the markings. It has arcane inscriptions on the table, where to set the ivory strips and set the brazier and everything like that. But yeah, he's gonna cast legend lore on Raihor's phylactery.
So you get the sense that this isn't a particularly legendary item, in that it is legendary by association, mostly. As you get the legend lore casting, what you learn is primarily that it is a container of some kind. It's not like he didn't pull like a trick and hide it in like a stone that he hollowed out or something.
Mm-hmm.
It is a container from the Graven Lord's homeland that resides somewhere on the island of Exter.
Well, that's useful.
Good news, we're in the right place.
Yeah.
A description resides. People reside. Objects are placed. Or kept.
But it is an object containing life force, is it not?
Correct. I believe. I
Also,
haven't
objects
I haven't
reside
looked too
on
much.
occasion.
I haven't looked too much into lichdom.
That is good.
It does not.
Objects
interest
reside
me.
on occasion if someone's feeling particularly artsy in their writing.
That was just me, a player, making a joke. Yeah, once I do that, I have where he was written from when I did. Did I get where he was from when I did?
Nope.
Legend lore on him. Okay. All right. That's me then for the night.
All right. So you all take a long rest. By the time you finish your long rest, 20 hours have passed.
Pop out occasionally, make sure that Shakar's still in the skeleton.
Shakar's still in the skeleton. Nothing seems to have approached or gone on while Shakar was out there.
Nothing's gone by the cave mouth or anything like that.
Nothing larger than a crab.
I need to do
An undead crab.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. An undead crab. The most fierce.
Heroes Feast again, if we want that.
Very helpful if we've got the resources for it.
Yep, we do. So I will cast Heroes Feast again. Give me 1 sec to long rest here. And then we are all going to get hopefully more temporary hit points. Hang on. That is using up. Where's Hero Space? There it is. Alright. It is 2d10. 19.
Very
There you
nice.
go.
Almost
There
max.
we are.
You went
Yeah.
from almost minimum to almost maximum.
Yeah, I know. That's good. Everyone gets 19 temporary HP. And all the
Nice.
other things.
Yeah, that raises our max HP, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
So you
Hit
do
point
get.
max
So yeah, you do get those extra hit points too.
Fuck your power word kill now.
And
How
you
much-
are immune to poison and being frightened, and you get wisdom saves with advantage. So,
Cut to Rhyhor doing exactly 18 points of damage to you. And then power word kill.
He has to do 5 points of damage, and then I'm susceptible to power
Okay,
word
fair.
kill again.
5 points.
Remember, it's 100 or less. It's
Yeah,
100
I'm at
doesn't save
10
you.
100. Then 4 points.
He hits you with a single magic missile.
Shield.
God, curses! But shield means no counterspell.
Right? And then he
I
just
don't
targets
fucking have
somebody
shield.
else who's at under 100.
Mm-hmm.
As we wake up after the hero's feast, Gent is just gonna hop outside very briefly and see if the Link Pearl can get in touch with the Ivory Legion again.
It works this time.
nice.
We're in a cave under the land bridge leading to the fortress. Let us know when you get here. Thanks.
Do you still have your goggles down?
Yeah.
That sense. A sensor is still in the cave, just sort of meandering around. And when you come out, it just sort of turns and follows.
Yeah, he'll wave at the sensor and flip it off. And then once he finishes his sending, go back inside. Actually, no. He'll wait for at least a little bit outdoors because he would remember that they can respond and he has to be on the plane for them to do so.
So yeah, our response comes back. Be there in a few. We've got casualties.
Okay, he'll head back inside.
The long range version of the thing is sending, isn't it?
Yes.
I can go across planar boundaries.
It has a chance to go across planar boundaries.
Yeah, it has a 5% chance that it doesn't arrive.
Yeah.
So most often can go across planar boundaries.
Yep.
They're on their way, actually. I got through. Unfortunately, they seem to have sustained some casualties, so we may need...
There is a medical tent.
Good.
Did you
But
happen
we'll have to
to
see.
see whether the scrying eye was there?
It was. I waved at it and flipped it off.
Okay.
Did you ask them if it was theirs?
No, I was just sending a quick update. So I figured that sort of thing can possibly wait until we get here. Or if we're concerned about it, can you dispel? Yes?
I need to see it.
Hmm.
I
Well,
believe.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You can't just dispel an area.
I
and
can.
point out.
Yeah, you can dispel an area.
It says within range.
Yeah.
It doesn't say I have to see
Yep.
it.
Yeah, you don't have to see
you can target areas. That's how you can.
Okay.
That's why you can dispel invisibility and things like that.
it.
Actually, yes. Gent, if you
You want
point
to run
out
out
the
and do
general-
that real quick?
Yeah.
It'd be good if they
Better
didn't
to
know
be
we had
s-
reinforcements.
Yes, better to be safe than sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Trot my happy ass back outside.
Mhm.
All right.
Go over to the thing and just sort of be
Right here.
the raid
Yeah,
marker
there,
on it, you
right
know.
there.
All right.
Did it.
I mean, it's staying next to you, so it's not.
Okay, right. So yeah, you just pointing
Vanna
at
White it, basically.
Right, yeah.
All right. I will cast Dispel Magic targeting any divination magic in that area.
There are 3 E's.
There are
What?
4 lights.
What spell level are you casting it at?
Third.
Okay, roll me an intelligence check.
Let's see. Straight intelligence check. Bam. 19.
Nice.
Goes away.
Wait a little bit.
Well, it's gone now.
All right.
Another one appears
Oh,
again.
and it's back.
They replied to you when you sent them the update?
They did.
Okay.
They said they would be a few minutes and they had casualties.
All right. Who did you send it to?
Adam.
Send them. I'll send a message. Adam, is your group monitoring us with a sensor right now?
Nope.
Back inside.
It is 1,000% Galadir. I could not be more certain.
Yeah, there's no way
Maybe
to
it's-
tell the difference between divination sensors, huh?
Nope.
All right. Well, yeah, no, not by who cast them, but like whether it was scrying or
Yeah, no, the
clairvoyance.
sensors are all the same. It's just a sensor.
Okay.
Certain spells will like tick in your brain if it's targeting you, but the sensor itself, like if you're looking at it, doesn't change any appearance. Some casters will have like unique looking sensors.
I was going to say this caster must not have read Tasha's guide.
Yeah, like some casters will have unique looking sensors, but all of their sensors will look the same is the thing.
Yeah.
So like this caster sensor looks like a glowing white orb, another caster sensor might look like an eyeball. But either way, it's still like a sensor is a sensor is a sensor is a sensor.
Yeah. All right. Back inside. It was not them,
Okay.
so something is keeping an eye on this area. Somebody that has seen us or knows this cave.
Could do fog or something else to try and. It follows people, right? What if
Looks to Gent. The only person who could see it.
I mean, yes, it was following me initially. I assume because I was the first one that stepped out the door.
it was
and went to
following
look at
Kalerna before?
It was following Kalerna before that, yes.
But
I
But
don't
he
like-
had to know that we were here before.
Yeah. I don't like. I don't. Right now, it knows about us here. It doesn't know about the Ivory Legion. It's not
That's
gonna
of course
follow
assuming that the
familiar.
Ivory Legion don't have a similar thing following them around right
That's
Yes.
true. Okay.
It's quite possible that more than one of these things exists.
Yeah. Okay. We'll just deal with it. I don't know of any way to. Can't throw a blanket over something.
But you said it was moving around when we first went out, and then it focused.
Yes, pretty much.
would that give me an inclination as to what kind of divination spell it was?
Definitely one that
Right.
it's definitely one that could be targeting on a location rather than on a specific person.
Okay.
Just because it didn't go away when you guys weren't
Yeah.
there. It was still just sort of wandering around monitoring.
Okay.
Oh, I should have waited for the feast until they all got here.
So,
Oops.
after a few hours, assuming that someone is checking out the door at certain intervals,
Yeah.
you hear the sound of the sound of people approaching the cave.
I will cast Dispel Magic one more time. Covers a 30-foot area, so I'm just gonna kind of guesstimate the last area it was.
And it'll come
on the-
spot for
oh,
you again if
okay.
you want.
What
Yeah.
level?
3rd.
Roll me an intelligence check.
21.
Nice.
If we hear them.
How
Oh.
long is the interval?
About 6 seconds.
Okay.
All right.
And it's back again.
Make an Arcana check, both of you.
Okay.
Natural 20 for 30.
Hell yeah. 22.
Both of you thinking about that, how it's exactly 6 seconds. That feels like a contingency spell. Like whenever this thing was whenever this thing is cast or recast, it's cast with the contingency of cast it again if it gets dispelled.
But just because I was gonna take that spell but didn't because there were other more appealing ones. That targets a creature. But it has similar properties.
Strictly speaking, contingency targets self.
All right. Well, it is what it is, I suppose.
Yes, I have a spell to prevent that, but it would start eating into my resources for the day. What I've done now, I can recover.
Well, if you want to go tell everybody to get ready to receive guests, I'll stay out here and be the welcome wagon.
Which is kind of the point where they come around the corner.
Yeah.
So you see the Ivory Legion, most except for Adam, battered and bruised. Adam seems weirdly unfazed by this whole ordeal. You note the lack of a large dragonborn wizard and the lack of a particular Kenku. And a general air of haggardness about the group.
Can they come in, or is that something that doesn't?
Yes, when I cast the spell previously, I knew that they would be able to make it in time before.
Inside, everybody. And
As
Yep,
all the
pull
lead
that.
in my pencil just fucking...
Yeah, you've got like an hour left on that spell, by the way. It's from...
Yeah.
They all come in and promptly collapse onto comfortable places. Again, all except for Adam, who is just
Right.
like weirdly untouched and also not exhausted like the rest of them look.
Can you tell us what happened?
We had a hell of a fight. We had a...
Ogre Pete?
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
Yes.
Gross.
Yeah, wasn't the worst thing. There was also like this sentient like fog of darkness.
Yep.
Yeah, had some will o wisps in
The
it.
islands, but yeah.
You run into the flesh butterfly.
That was bad. The
Not as...
one of them one of those got Runervon. And he sort of just lets that hang for a second. Like whatever happened when it killed him was bad.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, no. Also got, why can't I remember his name? Me, the person who created the characters, not Adam, who definitely remembers the name.
Like Adam's like, he wasn't important anyway.
Also, what's his face?
Runervon and the other guy.
It's Runervon and the other one.
Wasn't the Kenku name
Corax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very stereotypically Raven
A
name.
very on the nose.
Runervon and Corax. I mean, their warlock is named Decay. It's not exactly a list of...
They're not subtle people.
No. Tauren is Tauren the Crypt Keeper. Like, well, Adam says, looking at the rest of the Ivory Legion, they're pretty much tapped, but I'm good to go. So, if we want to get through this before the masses rise again, if you guys are rested up, we should probably go.
We are.
Yeah, we're ready.
You should be able to. I turn to the wounded ones. You should be able. There's a medical tent through that. Through that way. 2 doors down, and or two two flaps down, and then to the right. You should have basic bandages and whatnot. Ask for medical aid, and the servants will dress your wounds. After about an hour, this enclosure will dissipate.
Adam reaches into a pocket, pulls out that small, like a model of a tower, tosses it over towards Tauren, who catches it. In an hour, we'll put that to use then. All right. Shall we climb?
Seems like a plan.
Well,
So, the group of you, plus Adam, head up, back up to the land bridge, and head across. Again, it's quiet. It's weirdly quiet as you approach the Bone Fort. The sensor does follow you, Gent, as you come out.
Okay.
But once it gets to the end of the cave, it just vanishes.
Well, apparently that was a security caution.
The
What's the odds that was a contingency that was just still active after all this time on that poor sod in the cage?
Maybe.
Don't know.
You get up onto the land bridge and begin to cross. You can see creatures flying about in the distance, but none of them seem to come close, even though you're pretty certain there's no place for you to hide here.
Yeah.
They're sort of flying about. Adam looks around, looks up at the bone cage. Alright, so before we get too much closer, I've been saving this for when we actually got to the fort. And he reaches up towards his chest and just sort of grabs at nothing. And there is just this golden light that sort of emanates from his palm as he reaches out and just sort of clenches it. And 5 golden chains erupt from his hand, each one nailing one of you in the chest. There's no force behind it, but you feel this odd warmth as it embeds itself into you. And he sort of pulls back and attaches it to his chest, and the energy vanishes.
What was that?
yes,
It'll-
what was that?
It'll only work once, but so long as I'm alive, you won't be able to suffer the effects of anything that would instantly snuff your life.
Yeah.
Just out of
Useful.
curiosity, how many hit points do you... No, I'm kidding.
What are hit points?
They're the points on your body that you can get hit on.
So all of them.
Yes.
Got too many to
There's an
count. I
infinite
guess.
number.
Oh.
Technically.
One might say it's a
Well-
quantifiable number. Does it happen to be more than 100?
Like on a scale of 1 to like 300, I'm somewhere in the 200s.
Well, that's very helpful.
Do we have a bit of
Um,
cover, or is it just open?
Open.
Where we're standing right now.
It's not really anything.
Does that effect protect you from any similar effects that would immediately snuff out your life force?
Nope.
Good.
That's
Good
why I
to
was
know.
saving it for the Lich.
All right. Well,
We
that's
can
good.
only be. We cannot suffer a instant painless death. We can only suffer the slow, agonizing beating of death.
Yeah.
Excellent. I prefer these.
That's definitely one way to put it.
Hey, look on the bright side.
No, I was not. She looks like. No, I was serious. I would prefer that.
Gives you a chance to fight back.
Well, let's go have a look then, shall we?
So, you approach. The Bone Fortress it looks massive from a distance, but as you get closer, you sort of realize a lot of it seems to be facade. Like there's a bunch of wall and there's a bunch of building, but there's not actually a whole lot inside the wall. You do notice that there are a number of humanoid figures on the walls as you approach. They have sort of a grayish, green, bluish colorization to their skin. Most of the ones you can see are bald with faintly pointed ears and a sort of gaunt, emaciated look on their faces, wearing fairly nice outfits, who can very clearly see you and are not shooting at you.
Those look like zombies.
Give me a religion check.
I will also roll this.
There you go, Kalerna.
For the rest of
Nice.
you,
The
for the
nobles are all on the same page.
for the rest of you, looks like a really sick elf. For Kalerna, this is a ghoul. These are ghouls, but very specifically, these are ghouls that have not lost their sentience.
Intelligent ghouls. That is not good.
No.
Really not.
I don't think they're all girls, Claire. Not I think.
Ooh.
Ghouls.
Monster.
Oh.
Kalerna, you know the phrase. You know the phrase "Dakar ghoul" as what this kind of ghoul is.
Okay. Yes. They are. Is it ghasts only that paralyze, or do ghouls do it?
Ghouls do too.
Okay.
Yeah, ghouls do too.
We if you are not elven, you might want to stay particularly away from them. They can paralyze.
What if you're only like partially?
I don't remember. Jeremy doesn't remember if half elves are
Probably
susceptible.
just stay away.
I don't know. Better safe than sorry. I mean, really, we want to kill them from a decent thing.
They're not doing anything
Hey, that's
yet.
what I'm good at.
They are
Yeah.
probably waiting for a command.
You
Like I
do-
said, they are
you-
sentient.
Yeah, you do know that. So, ghasts, if you're an elf, you're fine. If
Right.
you're undead, you're fine.
Right.
Ghouls, sometimes if you're an elf, you're fine. Sometimes even if you're an elf, you're not fine. It depends on the ghoul.
Really?
Yes. Some Dakar ghoul can paralyze even elves.
Oh well. Stay away from them, no matter what you are.
I was just double checking because some of them do have the if you're an elf you're fine, and some of them have no. Even if you're an elf, you're not fine.
Oh yeah, because like standard like D&D like monster manual ghouls you're fine if you're an elf, but there are other forms of ghouls that are like no, elves aren't fine.
Fucking third-party assholes. Can't leave well enough alone.
So we're gonna start attacking them from a distance, or because it's been eerily quiet. Like,
Also, are you swapping a K and an R when you read that, John?
I've changed the name.
Okay, I was about to say. I was about to like, did you change the name, or are you swapping letters on accident?
Because Darakul is a specific thing for Midgar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dakargul is what they're called in Gran Terra.
Yeah. I'm familiar with these ghouls, having used them before.
Yes, Darakul is the Midgar version.
Should we address them?
sure, we could try.
I feel like it would be dishonorable not to at least attempt parley.
Ithram is like honestly giving you an incredulous look, like, why would we parlay with a lich?
I mean, they're not attacking, says Adam.
Because you always have to attempt that. That's how honor works. Remember, you have a lawful dumb person with you.
I don't think that's really how this goes.
I will point out, Adam says, most of us don't have ranged attacks.
Yeah.
It is also a somewhat fair point.
I can do a bit of that, but not at a very long range.
Wait, do you want me to shoot one of them just to see what happens? Is that what's happening here?
No.
No.
Slightly confused.
Because that will start the combat.
Yes, as much as I am confused by parlaying with a lich, a full frontal assault on his fortress is also not something I would appeal to.
Even if you are going to engage in warfare, you try to set the rules for the warfare and the battle. We have not done that yet.
Well, I'm not necessarily on that page. I'd rather get inside where all of us can be in range rather than open fire now and have them just open fire on us.
All right, that makes sense.
Hello.
Silence.
We're here to sell you Girl Scout cookies.
I have mushrooms.
Avon College.
So, as you continue your approach,
Yeah.
The order of Thin Mints has arrived.
the gates are open, and these ghouls are just watching you. As you will come in, their heads turn, their bodies turn slowly to follow you. They don't move, they don't act threatening. They just watch. Some of them with a very weird, like it's that kind of smile on their face of the I know something you don't know and you're going to find out soon kind of smile.
And he's showing off.
And as you get to the front gate of the keep proper, there are flanking it one ghoul wearing sort of like what look almost like mage robes holding a staff, and the other a ghoul wearing full armor. And standing on either side of the gate, above which there is a banner, which reads, "Welcome, Steelhearts."
That's
God,
concerning.
You're muted, Jack.
Oh, so we're expected. Lovely.
Yes, like I said, he's showing off.
I do hope he knows about the food allergies.
So,
I do not have food allergies.
Get us.
feel free to arrange yourselves in whatever order you so desire.
Pulp.
Elden.
Let's arrange sort of like along the dirt line, just so that we have consistency.
Oh yeah, I'm guessing Asanam's gone, right?
No, he's
He
For
should still be
30
in the game.
days.
All right, I need to
30
grab the.
days,
I need,
Yeah, I
need
cast
to,
Planar Binding at 7th level.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
grab the dragon, and I need to grab. The Galvin. I forgot to grab the Galvin. Hang on. Let me go
course.
grab the Galvin. You there, Galvin! What are you doing standing there on the beach? Get over here.
Oh, get back here.
Is it an elven Galvin or a goblin Galvin?
It's a Galvin Moggin.
That one.
You need to make a second one.
That's what the
No,
other
no.
doll is for.
No, wait. Ithram, you're a hobgoblin. It's Galvin and Hobbs.
Oh, yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
God damn it, Jack.
New name is Hobbs. Thank you.
How
so proud of
dare
this.
you?
I'm disappointed that I didn't think of that. Oh.
Turn that off. And we're going to give you... There. There we
This
go.
is the point where Kalerna suddenly turned chaotic evil on the party.
And
It
murders
took
Gent.
that long. I've been trying.
I'll be honest, if it was going to happen, it would have happened by now.
Yeah.
All right. So, there is a gate before you. There is a banner above it. The one that is less armored, just sort of reaches over, sort of gestures towards the door. The master welcomes you to his home.
Great. Thank you. Who are you? I'm sorry, I didn't catch a name.
This one is but a humble doorman.
Are you going to try and stop us if we enter?
We,
By the humble door.
we are simply here for the door.
It's a nice
Eldeth
door.
starts to walk in.
Yep.
As you
Left
approach,
hand never leaving, holding on to the scabbard of her katana.
Staying right next to Valdeth.
as you approach, the door opens. You can see inside there is a fairly polished, well-polished stone floor, disturbed only by the writhing corpse of a still alive ghoul that's just sort of laying there looking up at you. Not really moving. Looking
This must be
mostly like
made.
it was just left there, half eaten.
I stop and stick my head back out. One of your ghouls is faulty.
I would not worry about it. The fodder are not particularly harmful.
Eldeth is going to try and just walk past it. If it tries to reach out for her, though, she's ready to take its head off.
Yeah, Kalerna will be ready to chop its arm off if it reaches.
And you walk past it, it doesn't react to you other than watching
Okay.
you and just... As you all get into the hallway,
Oh, hello, other ghoul.
Third ghoul.
hang
Fourth
on,
ghoul.
slow down.
As I step on the ghoul, apparently.
Yeah.
Do not step on the ghoul.
I
Bad
might
plan,
stop
bad
and do
plan.
something.
So as you get into the hallway, the
Oh,
door
the dragon's-
the door behind you closes.
That's not good.
I'm honestly not surprised by it, though.
And you hear a voice echoing through the hall. Welcome, my dear friends. I know you've journeyed long. You've had trials and tribulations many. And so I welcome you with all the hospitality that I have at my disposal. Know this. while you are in my halls, none of my servants will harm you. I will even let you know that I left you a breadcrumb trail right to my door. If there is something of me that you need, please come visit. This voice that sort of ever-presently echoed through the halls.
Let's go.
Adam sort of kicks
I'm
one
just
of
gonna-
the...
We're following the Google trail.
I was gonna say, Gen's gonna look around and see if he can determine what the breadcrumb trail consists of.
Make an intelligence check.
Investigation?
Yeah, investigation works.
Alright. Boop. 22.
You're pretty certain the things that were referred to as fodder are the breadcrumb trail.
Nah. Yes, I think. Well, yes, somewhat obvious given his vernacular.
Very well.
Update. You need to update Asanam, by the way, again, Cody, because the draconic spirit. Oh, hang on. No, I see what happened. The token is still wrong. Right. Hang on.
Should have what? 60 hit points.
No, it's the token is still representing a different thing.
Oh, okay.
So, save there. Now you should be able to control it, Jack.
Awesome.
Careful, there is a bridge up ahead.
Do you want to go up ahead or this way? There seems to be ghouls going both directions.
I feel like we start with the ghouls straight ahead. I assume it is multiple directions leading to the same location, considering that the ghoul is on the left-hand side and these ghouls are on the left-hand side of the pathway.
Possibly. These ghouls are on the right-hand side. Well, no, there's one up there that's
No,
on the
they're
left-hand side.
left-hand side. Yeah. If Kalerna is facing down the hallway, they're on the
Yeah. And he's talking about the ones that are up the hallway. These are on the
Yes.
right-hand side.
Which are again that was going to the left, walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
So,
The two of you are concurring, I think, is what's
Yes.
going on here.
Let's move. I can see more of them.
yep.
This is okay.
This is a bridge. Yes, like I said.
Down into the Shadowfell, I think that goes.
As you look down, there are certain... It looks more rocky than just distraught death that you recall from the last time you saw the Shadowfell. However, as you approach, you're sort of... This bridge is fairly thin. And as you sort of begin walking on it, you can feel it shaking underneath you. And it's just enough for that ghoul that's sort of half dead laying on it to roll off. And you just hear it...
Is that something chewing?
Sounds like.
Sounds like. I feel like that was intentional. Shall we?
How tall is the ceiling in here?
In the hallways, the ceiling is about 10 feet up. So Asanam is
Okay.
like really in.
Right.
The chasm, there is no ceiling. It's open to the sky.
Okay. Gen's going to have Asanam fly across the bridge then, rather than walk on the shaky, potentially fragile.
The
one at a
Galvin
time,
floats.
perhaps? Yeah, good for your Galvin. Smart
Yeah.
Galvin.
Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo.
All right, so we move.
Kalerna as the person who can teleport with her echo.
You can, but
Nah.
15 feet. That's 25 feet.
Yeah, but if you're in the middle of the bridge and it starts to collapse, you can just be like, "Voom."
That's also true. I can.
Yeah.
I would have had to summon my echo, which I didn't do. But you know,
Oh, that's a little cross.
Yeah, you all get across fairly easily. The bridge is
Oh, look.
shaky, but it's not loose.
More ghouls upwards to the left.
You come into what is a large
To the left, to
square.
the left.
What is a large? It looks almost like a square roundabout for the hallways, with a large central pillar that is decorated with various tapestries and carvings and of murals. Seems to be telling the tale of some sort of fallen kingdom as you go around the pillar, if you decided to go around the pillar.
Yep, going around the pillar.
Yeah.
Yeah, what kingdom?
Make a history check with disadvantage because
I will go ahead, by the way, and some
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage history, you said?
Yep.
I want to try that
19.
just because.
Echo Calerna.
So,
Mostly he's just going to be staying like right behind us as the two of us move ahead. But
Oh,
So none of you recognize the kingdom. Ghent, this isn't a kingdom that has ever existed. You are looking at a sort of what as you sort of like look at a bit of the tapestry here and there. This is an aspirational mural. This is telling the history of a kingdom in the making.
Right.
And
Yeah.
definitely a kingdom of ghouls, as far as you can tell.
Bit of a mission statement, seems to be. Manifesto. But as a bas relief rather than a written article.
You can tell that the hallways continue down further to the south, as well as over to the east, beyond this pillar.
ghouls are north or left, or however we want to describe it.
This way.
Left, north, left.
And yeah, she's continuing on.
You continue north, passing by these wretched forms on the ground. As you get to the next corridor separation, you get sort of a sense of two things. One, you can hear somebody talking in the door to through the door to your east. It is a raised pitch, fairly fervent speech, as if someone giving a rallying speech or cry to an audience. To the left, you smell something foul. There's just a sense of awfulness emanating from that door, and the sound of something or many somethings eating.
North it east then,
Yes. Keep going.
what's that?
Nothing we want to worry about right now.
Just to be sure, the voice to the right did not sound like the voice we heard from
No.
Rhyhor. Okay. Dooty 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 doo.
here, smelling the stuff on the left,
Uh-huh.
pauses for a little bit.
Make
Contemplates.
a
Yep.
wisdom saving throw.
It was very much there are ghouls going this way to this direction and ghouls going this way to this direction. Because there is one just
Yeah,
down
no,
from-
he was just contemplating whether he was going to cast a immovable object on that fucking door.
Which one?
The one where the bad smells are coming from. And where we can hear
almost
stuff
more
eating.
concerned about the army being jazzed up.
Yeah, I'd be more concerned about that door.
But he's not going to cast it.
So you
Look over
come
at
to a
Velvet.
T-junction.
Yeah.
There is a door immediately across from you. There is another door, just a smaller door, just to the right. The hallway down to the left, you can see some statuary. And a large, ornately carved stone door to your right, carved with a variety of mystical runes and a few different, what seem to be decorative bevels.
Gee, I wonder where he is.
You say that, but the ghoul's sitting literally adjacent to that door, and I wouldn't be surprised if that door, she says, pointing to the ornate door, was a trap.
But if there is absolutely that possibility. But that said, if we follow the pattern of the movement, he is on the far end of this intersection, pointing toward that door. As opposed to pointing to the door directly ahead of us.
Gent will
Potentially.
sort of maneuver his way up. Can he investigate and see if either of those two doors that they're talking about are trapped?
So there are 3 doors around you, but you can investigate all 3 if you so desire.
All right.
1 for each door.
Okay.
I mean, I could just have my echo open each of the doors.
I mean, you could.
But then it could be an
let's narrow
explosion.
it down as much
Yeah,
as
it
we
could be an
can.
area of effect thing.
If you
Right,
if you're
okay.
going to open the door, I suggest standing to the side. Just personal experiences taught me.
All right. So you can you ping the map on where the 3 doors in question are? again,
There.
Doug?
There's a door here.
There.
Yep.
And there.
and
Okay.
here. You can actually see the
Um,
handles. The walls are moved in far enough that you can see the handles.
Okay. He'll start with this one here then
All right.
for a 15. Terrible.
There are you can see vague runic carvings along the floor under the door.
Some runes here, possibly damaging. Might require some level of arcane analysis to determine if it's evocation or something possibly worse or better. This one here next. 19.
This one, there's no runes, but you sort of like just put your face up to it, and it's particularly cold on the other side.
Oh, that's quite chilly. So like testing the doorknob for a house fire, but it's cold rather than hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. And then the one at the far end, which you said is the one with all the big magic-y looking shit on it.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
It's a wall. It is a
And-
door, but it's a
Okay.
wall.
That one is apparently a door and a wall at the same time, so interesting.
What does that mean exactly?
So with a natural 20, looking at it, and you sort of walk up to it and fiddle with it a bit. There are 4 like what's the word I'm looking for? There are 4 places where you could slot something into the door.
Recesses.
Yeah, there are 4 recesses in the door around the handle and locking mechanism. You're pretty certain it becomes a door when you fill whatever these recesses are.
Oh, look. He's sending us on a treasure hunt in order to get through this one. Something goes here, something goes here, here, and here. And at that point, presumably, either this will turn into an actual functional door or maybe just melt away or who knows what.
Kind of things.
I'm sorry?
What kind of things need to go into the door?
I assume some sort of key or
They look.
inset or...
It looks vaguely like roundish shaped.
or skulls or very hard mushrooms or Didn't he say if we needed anything we could request it of his servants?
Yeah.
Yes.
This man seems to be the sort of individual that would literally make things that easy because he expects us to fall all over ourselves, but might just let that be as conditions for getting through for a laugh.
Maybe, or this is just a dead end where you're supposed to go the other way. I'm confused.
I'm gonna walk back to this ghoul that's in the intersection.
Mm-hmm.
Look down at it. Which point me to a room that holds one of the keys.
Let me look on this thing real quick. It points south.
Okay. Is this a door or is that just a
That's a
intersection?
That's
Okay.
the pillar. That's the
Okay.
story pillar.
Oh, okay, yeah. There is one back south This way. Apparently.
All right. Well, let's go look then.
Adam just sort of looks around. You feel like we're getting jerked around by an undead wizard.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
this
Actually,
feels-
Adam,
Yeah.
you unmake things,
Yeah.
and you unmake that door.
I can. I would have to stop keeping you all from dying to instant death effects.
There. All right. And I guess we go look for keys then.
And I can only do that once in a while. So.
And I guess we go look for keys then.
Get to the school, ask us which direction is one of the keys to the south.
Points to the east of the pillar.
So back the way we came.
No, that's the
No,
west.
east,
That's west.
Like this,
Like,
like
oh, okay, yeah.
past
East would
the
be
pillar.
kinda-
That
yeah.
way.
Brain fart. That's a door.
So yeah, you look down. There's a hallway extending east from the pillar, where there is another door.
Pointed through that door.
Shall I have
Okay.
another look?
Yeah, I
Because
guess
he said, right. He said his servants wouldn't hurt us, but I wouldn't say the same.
Well, he
to
also
you.
said we were safe in his halls. I think once we enter a room, we're no longer safe because we're not in the halls
Yeah.
anymore.
That's my guess too.
That's valid.
His wording was specific.
19. Trap.
No.
But this one looks all right. Tries the handle.
It doesn't seem locked.
Lean back and open.
All right. So, Gent having been the one to open, everyone
Yep.
position yourselves behind where Gent is.
I'm standing at the corner, and you know why.
All right. So, Gent, you open the door.
Yep.
As soon as the door begins to open, you hear coming from inside the sound of music. Very well played violin and some additional stringed instrumentation echo throughout the stony room in front of you. And in the midst of this room, you see what looks like a teleportation circle, but that is not currently in use. And atop it, a gorgeous-looking, dark-skinned woman with
God
long,
damn
curly
it.
hair, with sort of a porcelain mask over her face, and to the other side of her, there is. Hang on. No, don't. No, pop-outs. Give me
We've
pop-outs.
encountered this person in the past.
I was gonna
I
say, was this the
Yeah, I'm pretty
in the
sure.
sandcastle thing down in
I'm pretty sure.
there? Well, there was somebody playing an.
There was a
instrument
music
and
person, yes.
it,
That
like,
was a
opened
guy, and he
portal
had a
or something.
violin.
Yeah.
There was a guy who had a violin that opened
It's
a
a
portal
new
to, like,
it's a new incarnation of the world. I'm sure it's the same person, just a new incarnation. The world rebuilt them
We stopped it from being.
because we avoided dealing with them last time.
No, this isn't a new incarnation. This is the same incarnation of the world. Because that was from Rebirth.
You're right. You're
Mhm.
right.
Sorry, I'm having to reload Roll20 because
This
it
is
decided
that
not to let me
one's-
open my
This
character
is that
sheets.
one's daughter, then.
But yes, it's a very beautiful dark-skinned woman wearing a long, elegant white dress, with a white porcelain mask over half of her face, and next to her there is almost seeming diametrically opposed to the fairly beautiful woman is this armored amalgamation of sharp, dark iron corners and edges, with this bone white mask covering the face of where a helmet would end, with multiple horns sticking up out of it. A large sort of purple glowing blade hanging off of its hip, as the two of them are sort of dancing to this music together. As the door opens, the armored figure spins the elegantly dressed woman away, who pauses to look at you and pulls that mask away. And you see, with the mask away, you see that the left-hand side of her face reveals the skull beneath with a glowing blue eye. We have visitors. It's been so long. Entertain us, won't you? Go ahead and roll initiative.
Heyo.
As I pull up the initiative tracker. I need to find the tokens. There we
Somebody else needs. Okay, dang it, Ithram, you screwed up the order. It was going down in a nice descending order.
That's the Galvin. Let's see. And it actually kept track of it. Nice.
Oh goodness!
But
How
I'm
am I the highest initiative so far?
Just one of those days.
I guess that's worrying.
And
Oh, my initiative should be one higher. I should have 16 points.
Adam
Right?
was very much taken aback by this.
I mean, she was apparently taken aback by him
Oh
as
no,
well.
she
though.
wasn't. No, that for whatever reason it
Oh, okay.
changed. Because I had her selected. That's why it changed her initiative.
Yeah. Well.
Adam's going last.
Anchorman.
All right. So, Titania, you hear this lovely voice coming out from the room asking you to entertain.
It's a lovely voice. Kill it with fire.
Well, I'm gonna try and scooch my way up because I can't really see anything. So let's see. 30, 10, 20. Yeah, I can't really get up. But I peek around and say, "Oh no, it's not really a problem. We just need a key. And I'm going to." Gosh, I was not prepared to go this early in the initiative. I usually just heal stuff at this point. Let's see.
What level are you all again?
3.
14.
Okay.
We're
6.
level 3. We shouldn't be dealing with anything more of a challenge rating than that.
Well, I've got bad news for you.
There you go. I'm gonna.
Yeah. Adam saves you from power word kill so long as he's alive. He doesn't save you from this.
Shit, I can't end my turn in someone else's face. I don't think I can get up there. Darn it.
Yeah, it is a crowded hallway at the moment.
It is a crowded hallway.
That's a lot of difficult terrain right there.
It is.
If only I had someone that could cast Fireball. Oh, wait.
Could you show us where it is? It's a little dark in here. And I'm gonna cast Moonbeam on top of them.
All right.
Yes.
You can move that one, isn't it?
Support this. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Second-
the
just a
small
second.
orbital laser.
Yeah, just
that's
a
Moonbeam is
second
one of my
level.
favorite.
holding the
druid
magnifying glass over.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a silvery beam of pale light, 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on a point within range, which is 120 feet.
Fun
so we're
fact.
good.
How big is the cylinder?
5-foot radius.
Oh, so it's just that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one are you aiming it at?
I'm
Here,
gonna
actually-
aim it at. I'm gonna aim it at her.
Is that working?
It's bigger.
There it goes.
That's much bigger.
It's animated.
Ooh,
No, I was just
I
looking
can
at
see it. It's pretty.
Actually, what I'll do is I'll just give it to you. Because I can just make this a token that's controlled
Fair.
by you.
Cool.
Boom.
Cool.
There we go.
5-foot
Fun
radius
fact.
covers 4 squares.
Yeah.
Oh, does it? Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
5-foot radius, not 5-foot diameter.
Got it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Mhm.
And now that we have our brand new concentration marker,
Oh, hey. Check that out.
Nice.
Yeah.
so go ahead and put it where you want it, Mara.
All right. Yeah, I basically just want it on top.
Right
of
on
them.
top of them.
Right on
Yep,
top.
there you
Right
go.
there. Right there.
Mm.
Fun fact.
And
Moonbeam is the worst nightmare of a changeling.
yeah. On the start of their turn, they make con saves for me. But that's it. That's my turn.
Well, it's the armored figure's turn now.
Now it was it was the woman who can cast fireball, right? Not the guy.
They make a con save. Save is 20.
Why didn't all of his spells fill? That's weird.
Damn it!
Half spells. There's no spells. That's what
Yeah,
that
He's
means.
got
spell.
armor. Obviously, he can't cast.
Don't you know-
He rolled a 26 on his con save.
Shit.
Moonbeam
Okay.
Moonbeam empties out your spell list.
Still takes half damage.
Take half
Not your
damage.
spell
So
slots,
6.
your
6
spell
radiant.
list.
You still got the slots, just nothing
Oh,
prepared
and
to
if
cast
any
That's
of
with.
them are
all of your spells
shape changers.
out of your head.
Still got all your spell slots. Just
No,
just
neither one of
spells
them are
prepared
shape
to cast.
changers.
Okay.
The radiant moonbeam hits this figure, and the blackened armor just begins to smoke
Cool.
as he walks
Great.
through
You just
it.
made him look
5,
cool, is all.
10, 15, 20, 25. It walks up to Gent.
Still in the halls.
Hold on. We might be.
Hang on. What
Is he doing something that
Oh.
requires an attack roll?
Where is the Galvin at, Ithram? Is it on top of you?
No, it was
No,
right where
no,
it was.
Ithram's, yeah.
Yeah, I'm around the corner.
Oh, you don't look like you're around the corner to me. Oh, I see. That's weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
His
not doing something
history
that's an
with
attack roll.
doors.
However, all of you need to make a all of you need to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Even I?
Yes.
Even elves.
Do you see this? Do
Ooh.
you see this thing I'm
Ooh.
doing?
Oh god.
Why do you keep throwing it as charisma saves? Every save has to be a charisma save.
Not every save is a charisma save, just this
That's
one.
a 9.
As it unleashes the wail of the forgotten.
I don't like that.
I'm
using an
dominable
inspiration.
in That.
Oh, I have an inspiration. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Let's see here.
Wail
Charisma
of
save,
Forgotten.
let's try
That's
that
that
again.
song by Simple Minds that they played at the end of Breakfast Club, right?
There we go. Hopefully a 21 is good enough because I'm not rolling much better than that.
13.
Let's see. How many are around? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, yeah. So 17.
So everyone that got a 17 or higher succeeds the saving throw. Adam
Excellent.
also rolled a 17.
Oh no.
So,
For once, Indomitable worked for me.
so we'll start with the people that failed the saving throw, which would
Yeah.
be which would be not Titania, and that's it. Titania.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the Galvin and the Dragon also need to make the charisma
Oh,
saving
yeah,
throw.
that's right.
Oh, yeah, you saved face, I'm assuming?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Charisma saving throw. Roll. 13.
Also 13 for Asanam.
So those are both failures. All right, so
Yep.
Titania, the dragon, and the Galvin all take 64 points of thunder damage
Ow.
and are permanently deafened. Those that succeeded take half that much damage and are only deafened for 1 hour.
I'm assuming we can't hear that again if it fires it again.
Correct, you can't hear that again if it fires it again.
64.
Ithram, it's your turn.
All right, 1 second. I have to update some things real quick. It
So
has
that was 64 points of damage halved.
Yes, halved, which is 32.
32.
So, also, Titania, you need to make a Constitution saving throw against against DC 32.
I don't think I
This
can make that. Right?
I don't know. Natural 20 would make it.
Okay. Probably not. Here we go. Did I take? Sorry, I have too many characters. I do have Warcaster. Okay, I get advantage on this. For what it's worth.
So here's an important question,
Not Spartan 117.
because I don't think it's ever been addressed in your games. A lot of DMs I know say that if you are deafened, you cannot hear yourself and therefore cannot cast spells.
You can
that
cast
require
spells.
verbal components.
You can still cast spells that require verbal components.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter. You don't have to hear your verbal components to cast the spells unless the spell specifically calls for it. If the spell calls for creatures that can hear, then obviously you can't hear it, but you can still talk. Which is
we're
all
all
of
just
verbal
yelling.
Yeah. You just can't you can't hear the verbal components of other people's spells though, which may or may not be relevant.
So wait, how long are we deafened if we need to save?
An hour, or
hour.
until someone casts greater or lesser restoration.
I think
Lesser restoration cures deafened, I
Yeah,
believe.
until someone casts lesser restoration on you.
Let's see.
But yes, being deafened does not prevent you from casting spells with verbal components.
I'm just saying that is something that a lot of DMs that I've played under have said, because it's such an intricate thing verbally that you're doing in the spell casting.
It is, and my counter to that is these are spells that you have practiced saying your entire life.
Legit, yes.
Yeah.
That's why I was just confirming.
Yeah.
The counterpoint is you can still recite a speech by rote if you've been practicing it, even if you can't hear your own words.
And I know many people who are very much most of the way deaf who can still talk.
Absolutely,
So.
yes. No disagreement with that, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Echo. Well, I'm not taking it off the board, but it's gone for the moment.
The echo went.
I don't know. Wait. Do you have to be able to hear to take the damage? Echo doesn't have any senses unless
It does not. It does not specify creatures that can hear.
Okay, because you had said okay, fair.
Yeah, it's a recharge 6, so it's
all right. Ithram will walk around the corner, pull out reach into the pouch on his belt, pull out a small bottle, and drop some molasses onto his thumb and forefinger, pinch it across, pull it apart, and then those two need to make saves for slow.
What's the save?
Wisdom 18.
That's 12.
Nice.
And a 13.
Nice.
They both
Wonderful.
fail.
And then he's going to. That was his action. I don't have anything I can do as a bonus action. Yeah, he's just gonna step back around the corner to here.
What's a good slow?
Let's see.
I have so many new things. Here it goes. Nope, not that one, not that one, not that one.
You can do this one. The low battery.
That's exhaustion.
Oh, the snail.
Yes, the snail. There it is. And yes, there is now a deafened tag token you can put on your tokens.
Oh, okay.
Tag you can open on your token. It's the ear with a thing through it that Valdeth has right now. All right. Well, Gent, congratulations. You're no longer going to harm the ears of everyone that's in the room when you fire your gun in a stone hallway.
Cool. Also, he's slowed, so Gent doesn't feel like firing into melee. So since he can't take reactions, he's just going to walk away from him.
Yeah.
We'll say... I can still see him from here, right?
Yeah.
Might need to go. Okay.
You can corner shoot.
All right. But honestly, given that she's slowed, Gent's gonna start in on her.
All right.
Because I feel like this guy is gonna be melee with the melee. So
what does slow do fully, Cody?
-2 to their AC and dexterity saving throws. They can't use reactions. If either of them tries to cast on an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect until the next turn, and they have to use their turn. They have to use that next turn to complete the spell. Otherwise, it's wasted.
Got it.
They actually, if they're going to cast a spell, they have to roll. Unless it's an 11 or higher.
Yeah.
If it's lower, it's just wasted.
So the relevant thing at the moment is the -2 to the AC. So
yes.
Make your shots.
All right.
And saving throws.
Low is a nasty spell.
21 to hit
It
on
hits.
the lady.
Yep.
Oh, good one.
9 piercing, 5 fire, because he loaded with his special bullets today.
Bang, bang.
And second shot. 28 for
28.
18 piercing, 5 fire.
Bang, bang.
He does not have Finger the Profane transformed right now, so that is what he's going to do currently.
All right.
And he's also looking around the room to see if he can get eyes on what might be a key.
Nothing that strikes you at the moment.
All right, she's probably got it in her purse or something.
All right, Kalerna.
All right. Well, this is a really crowded hallway. We have a lot of melee people. And also area effect sucks. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will. Let's try and take this bitch down as quickly as we can. I will go ahead and summon my echo behind, like right there.
Oh, okay.
So that way, actually right there. So that way, if people come up and it attacks, anyway. And I will attack, and I will blow my action surge early.
Hell yeah!
I'm not even waiting until after the first round of attacks.
Fair.
20
hits
for 15 slashing and 4
Question.
fire.
Yes.
I've already hit her with fire. Does that sync
Ice.
with
Ice?
She's neither resistant nor immune to ice, so
Awesome.
she needs to make a con save. 6. She fails.
So 9 force damage.
All right.
Second attack. 15.
At the moment, hits her.
Excellent. 16 slashing. 7 fire.
All right.
19
Hits.
for 9 slashing and 5 ice.
All right. Another con save. Or is it only once per turn? No, it's any time. Yeah.
No, it doesn't say anything
Yep.
about once per time.
11 failed.
All right. There is another 9.
Okay.
That was 3 attacks so far.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. So yep, I got 3 more. 17
Hits.
for 16 slashing.
How would you like to kill her?
Okay.
Alani is apparently
Just like walk up, yeah, just a whirling dervish of cuts culminating in the head going off.
As it hits the ground, her flesh begins to disintegrate, leaving behind a ruined skull.
All right. And then my final 2 attacks are coming through my echo on
The armored one.
yeah. So
Oh, yeah. When it unleashed that scream, by the way, it pulled its face off, and there was no face, there was no head in that helmet.
nice.
Put him in.
I'm guessing a 14 misses.
A 14 misses, clangs off the armor, even slowed.
Huh. Do I want to use my inspiration on that just for... Yes, I do.
There you go.
All right.
Nice.
Yes, you do.
So that is 6. That's a natural 20 for 15 slashing. That was some shit damage. And 14 fire damage.
If the virtuoso lich had been able to go ahead of you guys, the
Yeah.
fight would have been much different.
And then final attack 16.
Misses,
Okay.
even with the -2.
And then for my... Oh, I did my bonus action to summon the echo. Interact action, I'll pick up the skull.
You scoop the skull up.
Yep.
It feels cold to the touch.
Put me
That's my
down.
turn.
All right. Well, it was her turn next, but she's dead now. Valdeth.
Yep. Let's circle around this guy so that anyone who wants to can flank with me later. And bonus action, gain a sen. Been a while.
It's been a while.
No.
Gunblade.
An 18 hits at the moment.
Okay, good. Slow. I will reaction, pull the trigger, fire a radiant shell. So 13 slashing, 6 radiant, and an additional 1 radiant. So 7 radiant.
The as you hit the radiant, every time the radiant energy goes off, the armor smokes more.
Cool. 20.
Hits.
That was an 8. Okay. 11 slashing, 8 radiant. I did more radiant without pulling the trigger.
All right.
It do be like that sometimes.
Anything else on your turn?
No. That's
Galvin Morgan. That Galvin Morgan is fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Can't he?
I am
Ears
so
and
glad.
eyes bleeding right now.
Yeah, I'm so glad that it also wasn't vulnerable to thunder like a few other constructs. But let's see. I can't actually see through it, so I'm just gonna move it from right here for now so that I can see where I'm positioning it.
Yeah.
And it's going to stand right here. And all right, back up here. It's gonna stand right there, and it's going to reach out with both of its hands out. And this individual is wearing metal armor, correct?
Yes.
All
Seems to
right.
be made of metal armor, really.
Yeah. So it's going to do 2 shocking touch attacks. And they are at advantage because it's made of metal. So 12 misses though.
12 misses.
Got one more, friend. Try it. Advantage. 14 also misses.
Also
Wow.
misses. The lightning strikes the shocking grasp strikes it, but it just sort of deflects off the armor.
Yeah, let's see. That was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's gonna 4, 5, 6 come back and hide around over here. And that's it.
All right. The dragon's turn.
Boop. Advantage on melee attacks with flanking with Valda?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. It's not going to use its breath weapon because I seriously doubt it's going to hurt the construct guy.
And
as
it
much
will
as
hurt
my
Valdeth.
friend. So, 20?
Hits at the moment.
Okay. Oh, that's right. This thing doesn't roll the damage for some. Or wait, does it? There we go. For 14. 14.
Miss.
Which is a miss, I think we've established,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
Nat 20.
Does hit.
For 19 piercing.
All right.
And then it's going to back the fuck up around the corner.
All right. So Adam, a thumb in his ear, trying to get the ringing out, moves up as he withdraws this glaive made of this glaive made of bone and sinew.
Why does it need to bend?
To make the hitting hit harder. 33 to hit for 15 damage. A natural 20
Hell yeah.
for 21 or 22 damage. Another natural 20
That's all good.
for a lot. Hang on. What's 17 plus 7?
24.
Thank you. And his last attack. Yeah, he just whips this thing around back and forth like it's nothing. As he an 18, which currently hits for 10.
Oh, right. Oh, that is good.
All right. And Titania.
Okay.
You can hear nothing but a ringing sound right now.
Yep.
Your whole body hurts.
Yeah, that was not fun. Let's see. I am going to Lesser Restoration myself.
Okay.
So I can hear again.
Okay. Anything for your bonus action as your hearing returns?
Yep. And I'm going to. I can't heal the construct, right? The Galvin.
Yeah, it can be healed.
It can be healed.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. I'm going to.
You just can't cast a spell that can heal it right now because you cast Lesser Restoration as your action.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stay back where I am, and
so the enemy only gets
my turn.
one attack because it's slowed, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Makes a con save at its turn, or no?
At the
At
end,
the end of his turn. All right, so he's gonna
it
attack.
makes a wisdom save.
So he's gonna attack Adam with his Kopesh of Oblivion.
No, he's not.
Does the Echo jump in front?
The Echo, yeah, he is attacking the Echo.
Well, good, because that's a natural 20. The Echo takes.
You're welcome, Adam.
The Echo takes 34 slashing damage, and other
Echo
things
is
would
dead.
happen, but.
Just watch the Echo implode.
Pretty much.
Ithram.
It just sort of like does the shadow move shift right between.
Yeah. I'm just going to read out what happens if this thing succeeds, since it's about to die as it's Ithram's turn. On a hit, the target must succeed a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw, or some cherished material thing disappears from the universe, and only the target retains any memory of it.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It's just like you.
Wow.
It's a sword that inflicts emotional trauma.
What was your favorite thing? It's gone now.
Nobody else will ever know
And
it
you
existed.
can't even commiserate about it.
Yeah, because
Is
no
it-
one else remembers it.
Is it still slowed?
Yes. Oh, hey, Constitution saving. That's right. Hang on.
Wisdom.
Wisdom,
Wisdom
save.
save. Mm.
Yeah, fucking can't save.
11. No, it's still slowed.
1, 2, 3. A little bit better line.
Lightning bolt. Come on, you can get everyone. Titania.
Gravity sinkhole. No.
Titania, Adam, Valdeth, Kalerna. It's just a straight line.
Do it.
All right. You asked. I shall deliver.
Yep,
Delayed
yep.
blast fireball. No. All right. Yeah.
Magic missile.
Delayed blast, so it only takes effect after it's dead, and only hits us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, we're good. Bye. No. I'm going to do 2 firebolts. At it.
That's much more anticlimactic than I was hoping.
Well, we still got a lich ahead of us, and I'm already out of 3rd level slots.
And at least
so-
3 more fights.
Yeah. So firebolt. 27
It's.
for the first one for 15 points of fire damage. Slinging fire javelins. Second one is a 19
It's.
or 16 points of fire damage.
And as these 2 fire javelins chunk into it, the armored figure hits the ground.
Same spot. Last one melts through and then dissipates.
And as it hits the ground, the bits of its armor just sort of collapse into individual pieces as that purplish glowing Kopesh dissipates. And with the
Raw materials.
with the first fight down, that's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Uh,
Uh,
Goodbye.